this is where the political aspect of the campaign came into being, right? In this game, we saw him use both Grant and Watson on the field at the same time. Alright, so the second window now. Rush, I would have had a change of scenery because the first window, I was watching this when I was overseas.
Yeah.
Right? This window now, I was in Jamaica for all three of these games. This is where the political aspect of the campaign came into being. Right?
Next window.
Alright, so the next window now. So not only did we have footballing issues, but we had political issues. So I was very excited. In fact, I came back to Jamaica, rearing and ready to go to watch Canada in the national stadium because now teams were finally getting fans. Every team in CONCACAF had fans by this point.
Mhm.
So I was certain that I would get to go and watch Canada at the national, to go and watch Jamaica play against
It was
Canada
a part of the travel plans.
with the likes of Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David and Kyle Larin and Hoylett in the National Stadium. Only to find out just a few days earlier that there will be no fans in the stadium, even though Mexico were allowing fans. USA have long been allowing fans.
Okay.
Canada finally started to allow fans. Costa Rica and Honduras started to allow fans. So we were heartbroken. How could they not have allowed fans in the National Stadium in such a big window? Coming off of a window where we are almost at a point from Mexico, we managed to get a point from Costa Rica, which is a hard point to get, or a historically hard point to get. You know, and we just wiped the Panama game out of mind. That don't count. Right? Now it's time for us to come home and to do something. The heartbreaking news, no fans. Right?
And you know what really bothers me about us not being able to have fans earlier? If we could have had fans in November, why couldn't have fans in October and September? So that means that the decision could have been made earlier. So it really just comes down to they were just incompetent. Because why it takes so long to make a decision so important? You know, you had fans and then again later in the campaign no fans and then fans come back and then limited fans. What are we doing?
And then, as we mentioned in videos before, there were fans in other sporting events.
There we go.
Notably Cayman Park, where fans never stopped any at all. Right?
So we know that decision was
Yeah.
strictly political. I don't know the root cause of it. Like I don't know why it was made, but that's coming straight from upstairs.
All right. So this window now, we would face the likes of USA, then their North American neighbors, but at home, Canada. And we'd close off that window against Honduras at Honduras,
Yeah.
a place we've never managed to go and get a result from before.
Yeah.
Going into this window, I was fairly optimistic. I wasn't necessarily expecting to go to USA and get a point or 3 points. Because keep in mind, people, I was not expecting Jamaica to finish first in CONCACAF qualifying. I was expecting us to be fighting for that third spot,
Fourth, yeah.
but surely get that fourth spot. That was what I was expecting. Right?
Same.
So me going to USA, playing in a heavily American crowd, a full stadium, wasn't necessarily mad at not getting a result. What I was upset about was how we played. Though.
Yeah. All right, so that USA game, let's run through the starting lineup again.
Yeah.
So Andre Blake in goal, Kemar Lawrence at left back, Alvas Paul at right back, Mariapa and Damien Lowe were the centre backs. I didn't realize that Mariapa played that much in this campaign.
Because Ethan Pinnock did not come
Yeah.
this window. Why? Only God knows.
Only God knows. In the midfield, we had Devon
And
Williams.
Mikel Antonio didn't come because apparently JFS
Something about masseuse.
forbade him from bringing his masseuse or his therapist or whatever.
Yeah.
So you see the political aspect of this team selection, Pinnock not coming for whatever reason, Antonio not coming for whatever reason, that would have already put a dent in our window, right? But anyways, as I said, this back four, Continue.
Midfield, Tariq McGee, Devon Williams, and Jevon Watson. The front four was Shamar Nicholson, Bobby Reed, and Jamal Lowe. That was our front three. Immediate problems with this squad, bro. Jevon Watson just came out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, my bad. I think Ethan Pinnock was injured for that window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ethan Pinnock was injured. That's why he didn't make the trip.
Yeah, he didn't say why. He just said that he wasn't here.
Yeah.
So yeah, immediately problem. Jevon Watson came out of nowhere, and we had players, but Jevon Watson didn't have a club. He was training by himself, and he just walked into the Jamaican national team.
And
I've never heard of it.
And Anthony Grant was not given a call up.
Never heard of something like that, bro.
Coming off of 2 good games. Anthony Grant played 2 good games and was not given a call up. Now explain to me.
People, we are trying to make sense of this, you know. Help us understand how Jevon Watson walked into the squad, not playing any domestic football anywhere. He didn't have a club. He was unattached.
He was trained in Jamaica.
He was training by himself. How did Jevon Watson walk into the team? Anthony Grant didn't get a call. There were no better JPL players. There were no better USL players. There were no better MLS players. There were no better League 1, League 2, anything
than Jevon Watson.
Somebody explain that to me.
Insane.
I don't understand it.
So, as I said, this window was marred with a lot of political issues, bro.
This was very
from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
As it relates to the government of Jamaica fighting against us, we fighting against ourselves, the players fighting against each other. Yeah. That was some insight that we would have heard. And this is the window where it all began.
Crumbled, man.
Right?
Crumbled.
And keep in mind, to this point, Liam Bailey still wasn't introduced into the program because I think he was battling with injury.
Yeah, the toe injury, I think, and the hamstring as he came back.
So, anyways, that was the back four.
All right.
We had Jevon Watson instead of Speedy Williams. That's a no.
Instead of Anthony Grant.
Sorry. No.
Yeah.
No. And
that actually said, and then the wise man said, "Oh yes, Aka, he is perfect for my plan to fail Jamaica." Man, sometimes you have to wonder.
That sound exactly like it. I don't know what kind of call Jevon Watson get up on. How we end up on the flight there to America, God alone knows.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we saw Tariq McGee get a start. Oh yeah, and also more political issues. Ravel Morris and Theodore Moore fell out.
Yeah.
And that's such Ravel Morris wasn't called up in this window.
Remember, around that time he made the comment about give them a inch and them take a mile or something like that. It's hard to control and stuff like that. So again, this window, TNT, and this is where a lot of the problems started.
So people, do you see the theme of the political mishaps in this window? Do you see why that is my theme for the second window? So the theme for the first window, lack of continuity, lack of chemistry, right? Bad coaching decision in the second game. This window, politics.
Yeah.
Politics all over.
Warren Bent asked, what about Lamar Walker, bro? Lamar Walker wasn't even introduced to the campaign as yet. We're walking it all the way back. And you see how crazy? Jevon Watson never played in the first window at all. Then they just introduce him. Boom. Lamar Walker not play yet, you know. I remember how much game Lamar Walker played in the second half of the campaign or the middle of the campaign.
We're gonna get there. As I said, people, there's a lot.
Loud music, entertainment. The entire campaign was a big failure. JFF failed again. That is true.
For sure. So I would have loved to have seen, instead of McGee, although McGee had a fairly good window, but I'd have loved to see Ravel and instead of Watson, Anthony Grant in that game, right?
Yeah.
We saw Jamal Lowe play. And Jamal Lowe, I was calling for Jamal Lowe all campaign. Jamal Lowe didn't necessarily give us, from the little bit of time he got in this campaign, he didn't really give us what I expected.
Yeah.
We didn't see Andre Gray in this game, but he got the call up, which is good. I think he deserved the call up. We saw Javon East in this game. For what reason, I don't know.
I couldn't
He came on and, Junior Fleming came on for Jamal Lowe. As I said, guys, I don't remember this game vividly.
We can give them some stats, try to put in perspective. America had 62% possession. They outshot us 17-5. We had 1 shot on target. They had 7. So we got dominated in this game again.
People, as I said, people.
And that's just the primary stats. Football is more than that, but can get an idea.
As I said, people, I was watching this game and I'm not liking what I was seeing, and I was preoccupied. You get me? I say, so I just shut off the TV and I enjoyed my time. Because I just come back from foreign. I get me? I say, I meet people, I see people, I go places. That was not it.
Yeah.
I am guilty of abandoning
You
the
walk
ship
out of the stadium.
in this game. This is the only game for the whole campaign where I can say I did not complete the game, and as such, I cannot critically analyze.
And I was on the road. I was at an amusement park watching this game on my phone. Couldn't miss it. I was so upset. I didn't understand what was going on. But we moved. Canada in the national stage.
So as I said, I wasn't expecting to get any result from America anyways. We come back. Oh my bad. We come back now. Canada in the national stadium. Keep in mind, as I said, the political mishap. Us not having fans in the stadium. Madness. Because we just played in Texas, I think it was in Houston.
Yeah.
In a full house.
Yeah.
An absolutely full house. Right? We come to Canada, no fans. You want to go through the starting lineup for this game?
So the starting lineup for the Canada game. Obviously, we started with Andre Blake in goal. We went Kemar Lawrence at left back, Alvas Paul at right back, Mariappa and Fisher. I think Alvas was centre back, and O'Neill Fisher was the right back.
Yeah.
The midfield was Anthony Grant and Javon Watson. Again, started.
The reason why Damon Lowe didn't start in this game was because he was suspended.
Yeah.
He got a yellow card accumulation suspension.
Right.
That's why he didn't start in this game.
Rest of the Bobby Reed, I think, made up that midfield three. And then we had Kemar Roof, Junior Fleming, Shamanicas. And if it was a 4-4-2, then obviously Bobby Reed would be an one with Junior Fleming and the other. But that was the starting line that we went with.
Yeah, as I said, this game, Anthony Grant finally made his way back into the team. You know, not even changing in the last game for Javon Watson in his place.
Yeah.
And then in this game now, in this game we saw him use both Grant and Watson on the field at the same time.
Bro.
Both defensive midfielders who aren't necessarily technically gifted, who aren't great passers, who aren't necessarily the most creative of players, to sit in front of the defense, right? It make sense.
Madness. So away to America, you never go defensive. But we're home, where we should pick up points, coming off a loss from America. So we should be looking to, obviously you need to have a tactic, but we should be looking to get some out of the game. It's only two defensive midfielders. Where the harder game would have been in America. And you never care Anthony Grant. Like, we should have seen, I know, we didn't know still. But we saw it from early. That man never know what to do, bro. It was just chopping and changing and trying this, trying that, long ball. Again, in this game, we were outshot.
Literally.
Outshot.
As in, and outpossessed.
And outpossessed again.
Canada really played the football around us. Andre Blake had a good game, though. Andre Blake had a good game. And in this game is where we first started to see it loud and clear how Tapa wanted us to play football. Because in this game, all we did was boot the ball along. And that's where we started to see the Tapa system start to rear its ugly head. At that point, the Canada game, everything, they might keep quick. Everything.
Ball.
So, this is the point where we realize, all right, this is the road that he's going down. Kemar Roof, unimpressive in this Canada game. He was highly touted. And to this point, I still haven't seen anything.
I remember this game. This wasn't a great game from Kemar Roof. And I remember I wasn't excited going forward for Kemar Roof. He came into the side with a lot of expectations. A lot of people in the, a lot of fans in Jamaica wanted to see Kemar Roof. I saw him. I feel like it never looked like a player from Europe. It looked like somebody who can control him. Like the ball is stuck in his foot all the time. Try for push and run with the ball now move. Man, just come take the ball off his foot. I remember it, and I wasn't excited.
All right.
Next one?
Next game, we travel to Honduras, and we managed to get a historical result in this game versus Honduras. Starting lineup, Andre Blake again. Man of the match performance from Andre Blake. He was one of the outstanding players in this game. And then we started Damien Lowe and Javon. We started Damien Lowe, Javon Watson.
Yeah.
Mariappa, Lawrence. Then we started Grant and Williams, O'Neill Fisher, Junior Fleming, Shemar Nicholson, and Kemar Roof. Up top, Kemar Roof was kind of playing like a number 10 type of situation, right?
This is where we saw like the back three kind of vibe where German was slotting into the defense a lot. You remember that this was the game?
No, this game Javon was playing centre back.
Right. But
yeah, he was playing centre back.
So Mario Paulo, so we had a back three.
Yeah, I think it was a back three in this game. Yeah. I think this game was when we went with a back three, and you know we had only Fisher playing very high up the field, so you know kind of like a wing back situation. Kemar Lawrence getting forward, and this game it wasn't a great game. Like we sat behind the ball, we played a lot of long balls. You know we didn't have position on the ball. In fact, Honduras outpossessed us.
Yeah.
Which is embarrassing. However, Honduras were toothless and they didn't have the ability to hurt us.
Yeah.
And we got a fortunate bounce for Kemar Roof to get his first goal for Jamaica. You know, we'll take them as they come.
Yeah.
And Onion Fisher, even though he was playing in the capacity of a left midfielder, a left winger, got a really good goal. So that's that's something. That's a good goal for
this game again. So Onion Fisher started as a right wing back. Ended the game at left midfield.
Because we had Javier Brown come on for Shema and Nichols.
Right. But we had other attackers on the bench.
Yeah.
What was the it worked this time, because he got a goal. But I'm trying to understand the thought process of moving him from right wing back to left midfield.
Well,
I didn't understand it, but it worked.
Yeah, well, I guess the coach understands saying maybe the cutting and the finish with him right foot.
It worked this time.
Yeah, so
but this was the only time it worked. In fact, we have another good game the rest of the campaign.
I don't remember if Rush remember me saying we won 2-0, but I was unimpressed about how we played. The way we played against Honduras left so much to be desired, bro. You get me?
But Honduras is the worst team in the final stages of World Cup qualifying in CONCACAF. On our bad day, we should still be able to beat Honduras, and that's exactly what happened. We didn't play great against Honduras both times, and we managed to beat it.
All right, so the second window, 4 points. No, 5 points.
Yeah.
Out of the first, 6 games. We played USA, we played Canada, we played USA and Mexico away, and we played Canada at home, managing to get a point from Canada. Getting a point from Costa Rica and beating Honduras.
Yeah.
Even though we played some of the worst football we could have possibly played, after the first 2 windows, we were set up in such a good position to go forward and qualify for the World Cup.
Yep. And everybody was enthused. You could check the YouTube, they can go back and check it. We were saying, all right, we got some of the harder games out the way. Tapa.